The WNBA All-Star starters have been announced, y'all. They've been announced. Y'all want to guess who not starting? Hey, listen, some people don't belong in certain conversations.
And the front court players, Boston, Nafisi Collier, Nika, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. All right. And down here, Boston, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas. No Angel Reese, folks.
Imagine being told you're the face of the league, that your name alone can fill arenas, that your Instagram followers somehow represent more than just popularity. They reflect power, influence, and promise. Now imagine watching that illusion shatter. In real time, under the bright lights of the WNBA's most anticipated event of the season, the All-Star Game for Angel Reese, this was not just a missed opportunity. This was a reckoning. It began, like so many of today's athletic fairy tales, due with social media buzz, flashy magazine spreads, and a media machine eager to crown the next queen of women's basketball. Reese had everything that made for a compelling narrative: the LSU legacy, the confidence, the charisma, the viral moments, the unapologetic attitude, and she wasn't shy about claiming her place in history either. She said it herself: people don't just watch women's basketball. For one person, it's me too, and for a while it seemed like she was right. Forbes called her one of the faces of the WNBA in the same sentence as Caitlin Clark. Talk shows ate it up. Fans reposted every highlight and post-game quip. The league seemed ready to ride that wave. The headlines were sharp, the lighting perfect. It felt like Angel Reese was everywhere, but basketball is not a photo shoot. When the WNBA All-Star votes came, in reality struck like a thunderclap. Reese wasn't just left off the starters list, she didn't even crack the reserve spots despite weeks of social media campaigning. Despite over 500,000 votes, Angel Reese ranked 13th in a league where fans, players, and media each get a voice. Her voice barely registered. That was the moment the narrative cracked, and the internet, oh, the internet did what it always does. It noticed, wait, how is Angel Reese not even a reserve? Didn't she lead the league in media attention? Where are all her fans now? One user posted side-by-side screenshots. On the left, a glossy magazine declaring Reese the next global sports icon. On the right, a WNBA voting chart with her name sitting quietly near the bottom. The message was clear: hype doesn't equal hardware. And Caitlin Clark, the so-called baby goat, she didn't just edge out Reese, she obliterated her. Clark polled nearly triple the fan votes, over 13 million, while Angel, despite everything, couldn't even sniff the top 10. And remember, this is the same Caitlin Clark who's been booed, body checked, and blamed for everything from locker room tension to viewership inflation, yet still fans flocked to her. Coaches respected her, fellow players voted for her, the media unanimous. Meanwhile, Reese was watching from the sidelines. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because this wasn't just about fan preference, this was about the deeper, sometimes uncomfortable truth.
And Angel Reese being the face of the WNBA, you would think Angel Reese is leading the league in votes. Not only is the self-proclaimed Barbie not in the lead, Angel Reese isn't even close to making the top 10.
Of how hype and performance don't always walk hand in hand. So let's pull back the curtain and ask the real question: how did we get here? What made Angel Reese go from the media's golden child to a name the WNBA's most respected insiders didn't even consider for an all-star bench slot? What happened to all those declarations that she was the future of women's basketball? Was it all just smoke and mirrors, or is there still a chance, however slim, that she can rewrite her own story? Let's rewind the tape and find out. In the theater of sports, there's a delicate line between potential and proof. Hype can open doors, but once you're inside the arena, it's the scoreboard, and the scoreboard alone.
11.3 points. and 11.9 boards, and a 38.5% shooter at 6'3".
That tells the truth for Angel Reese. That truth hit like a brick. Let's talk numbers, not follower counts. Not TikTok views, let's talk pure basketball. Night after night, game after game, stat sheet after stat sheet. Angel Reese is averaging 113 points per game. Solid, sure, but let's not forget the billing. The media didn't call her a solid player. They called her transformative, revolutionary, a franchise cornerstone for a 6'3" forward who was supposed to be a dominant force in the paint. The expectations weren't about showing up, they were about taking over. But her field goal percentage under 40, her rebounds per game down compared to college, her consistency shaky, and in a league where every possession matters, where legends are made in the clutch, you can't afford to vanish. And yet that's what was happening during nationally televised games. Her presence faded while other rookies, especially one in Indiana, hit threes, drew fouls, made buzzer beaters, and filled arenas from coast to coast. Reese was present, just not electric. She had moments, but they didn't translate into momentum, which brings us to the votes. The All-Star Game isn't just a celebration, it's a scoreboard of respect. It's the fans saying we believe in you, it's the players saying you earned this, it's the media saying you.
So it's been very up and down. All of her numbers, she's over 2 points a game behind last year, and basically a little over a rebound a game down, and that's supposed to be her strong suit.
Our undeniable Angel Reese, she got none of that. The same media outlets that once placed her on a pedestal, gone when push came to ballot. Even journalists who once penned glowing profiles of Reese left her off entirely. USA Today, Sports Illustrated, writers who had used her name to headline think pieces on the future of the WNBA were suddenly silent. The message was deafening because Reese didn't just fall short, she fell off completely. Let that sink in. No reserve spot, no 10th place. 13th. Meanwhile, the woman who had become the league's lightning rod, Caitlin Clark, didn't even need to ask for votes. She didn't campaign. She didn't post daily reminders. She didn't jump on every podcast pleading with fans. She just played ruthlessly, fearlessly, brilliantly, and fans responded in kind. 13 million votes, triple Reese's total. Every major media outlet picked her, coaches respected her, teammates trusted her. That's the thing about sports, you can't fake it, you can't PR spin your way to respect. You either deliver or you don't. Angel Reese, for all her personality, charm, and magnetism, hadn't delivered, not yet, and the court doesn't care about branding. Instagram followers don't. Box Out magazine features don't hit. The Reese podcast quotes don't help you when you're facing Angel Wilson in the post and fans. Fans noticed the most telling part: Reese's own followers didn't show up despite over 2 million people. Across platforms, only a fraction actually voted her campaign. And yes, it was a campaign. Didn't convert. Why? Because support built on image is shallow, it's wide, but not deep, it's loud, but not loyal. And the deeper question begins to emerge. Did the media oversell Angel Reese? Did they crown a queen before she'd fought the battles? Did they rush the coronation? It's a harsh truth, but one that hangs heavy over this moment. This wasn't just about a player getting snubbed. This was about a league and its fans saying, we're done pretending. You can't just ride the coattails of hype forever. Eventually the lights come up, the cameras fade, and all that's left is the game. And right now, Angel Reese's game isn't keeping pace with the myth that was built around her. But that's not the end of the story, because what happens next? That's where legacies are made. Here's where the story takes a turn. Not into tragedy, but into transformation, because this moment, humiliating as it may feel, doesn't have to be the end for Angel Reese. It can be the beginning, the real beginning, the one that isn't built on magazine spreads, Instagram likes, or flashy sound bites, but on something much more lasting. Redemption. Let's stop and be honest. Angel Reese is not a villain, she's a a talented, charismatic young player who entered the league under an avalanche of expectations that most rookies never have to carry. She was thrust into the spotlight, not just because of her game, but because of what she represented. Cultural change, confidence, and controversy all rolled into one. That's a lot for anyone, especially someone just finding their footing in the pros, and that's where we have to ask, can she find her way back? The WNBA has seen its share of stars stumble early, some faded away, others, the truly great ones, used the criticism, fuel they took, the doubt, the shade, the silence, and turned it into fire. Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, they didn't emerge as legends without first getting knocked down. The difference, they got back up, and when they did, they made damn sure the league never forgot their names. Angel Reese has that chance right now, but it starts with silence, not the media's. Hers, less tweeting, less pleading, less branding, more basketball. Show up, practice harder, train like your reputation depends on it, because now it does. Don't chase headlines, earn highlights, don't beg for applause. Command it, forget the votes, go grab the boards, make it undeniable. That's what Caitlin Clark did. Love her or hate her, she let her game speak and fans listened. Reese has a platform still even now, but what she does next will define whether she's remembered as a fleeting moment or a future icon. The media, they've already moved on. Some of the same journalists who once pushed her name like gospel have stopped returning calls. The buzz around Reese is quieter than ever, and that silence, it's not just awkward, it's a warning. The very people who helped build her image are ready to pass the torch. They're looking at players who back up the hype. The WNBA is growing fast in viewership, in talent, in competition. There's no room for placeholders. You either produce or you perish. That might sound brutal, but it's also freeing, because now Angel Reese has nothing left to lose. The crown's already been taken off. The comparisons to Caitlin Clark have been put to bed. The myth has cracked. All that's left is the truth and what she decides to do with it. This could be her turning point. Every sports legend has one, that moment of doubt, of embarrassment, of collapse, that either breaks them or builds them. For Reese, this all-star snub might just be the moment that finally clears the noise. Strip away the talk, forget the flash. This is where she gets to rewrite her story. Not the one Forbes wrote, not the one social media shaped. Her story on the court, with every possession, every rebound, every minute of hustle that no one tweets about, but everyone feels. And if she chooses that path, if she rises, rebuilds, and dominates, not for the cameras, but for the game, then this chapter won't be a downfall. It'll be her origin story. So now, we turn it to you, the fans. Do you think Angel Reese will bounce back stronger? Will she use this as motivation to finally play like the star so many thought she already was? Or is the league spotlight moving on for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think got snubbed? Was the media fair? And where does Angel Reese go from here? And if you're all in on Caitlin Clark this season, if you believe the rookie is not just a moment, but a movement, go ahead and type baby goat in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and click on the next video on your screen to keep up with all the latest WNBA drama and deep dives, because this league, it's no longer just growing, it's evolving. And the question isn't just who's trending.
Makers.